Sometimes the glittering world of fame isn't all smiles and handshakes. In fact, when egos clash, the tension can be so thick you could cut it with a diamond-studded knife. Buckle up as we dive into the most awkward, cringeworthy, and downright hostile celebrity encounters ever caught on camera. Our first uncomfortable moment takes us to an awards ceremony where Sir Patrick Stewart decided to school James Corden on stage etiquette.
Don't stand at the back of the stage with your hands in your pockets, looking around as though you wished you were anywhere but here.
The legendary actor was clearly unimpressed with Corden's posture and took it upon himself to deliver some unsolicited advice. When the presenters are up here and the recipients are receiving their awards, don't stand at the back of the stage with your hands in your pockets looking around as though you wish you were anywhere but here. Corden never one to back down from a challenge, clap back instantly. Oh, you couldn't be more wrong, sir. If it looked like that, I'm so sorry.
But when you come up and present an award, just get on with it. There we go.
But Stewart wasn't done. Oh no, he went for the jugular, cracking a joke about Corden's belly being visible from the back of the room. The crowd held their breath, and Corden, armed with his signature wit, fired back, "You can see my belly? Well, we can all see you dying right now." The tension was hotter than a summer blockbuster premiere. Next up, we have Gordon Ramsay and Sofia Vergara.
I never screamed like that in real life, you know. I was all acting.
Only in the bedroom.
You'd think that a chef and an actress would bond over a love for good food, right? Wrong. When Gordon Ramsay and Sofia Vergara appeared together on The Tonight Show, things got real awkward real fast. Ramsay, known for his no-holds-barred humor, teased Vergara about the way she eats pizza.
You haven't heard of a knife and fork? No?
You don't eat pizza with a knife and a fork.
But then, he took things to another level when he started commenting on her son's name. Manolo? Can you change that name? Sounds like a paint color.
Manolo.
Right.
It sounds like a paint.
Okay, this is my interview.
Vergara, clearly unimpressed, tried to laugh it off, but Ramsay wasn't reading the room. He got a little too touchy-feely, making Vergara physically recoil while she firmly reminded him, "This is my interview." The tension was served well done. Unfortunately for Vergara, her awkward interview streak didn't end with Ramsay. Years earlier, during her first ever talk show appearance, she had an unsettling encounter with Bill Cosby. Looking back now, it's even more disturbing. Cosby showered her with comments that at the time might have seemed like awkward flattery, but in hindsight make your skin crawl.
What you have on tonight is wonderful. This is wonderful.
You make me feel young again. You make me feel very excited.
You make me feel young again.
Vergara, visibly uncomfortable, tried to deflect, but Cosby just kept going. The audience laughed nervously, but looking back, no one's laughing now. Speaking of uncomfortable, let's talk about Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes. The British comedian has made a career out of roasting Hollywood's elite, but one particular speech had the stars shifting uncomfortably in their seats.
We're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world.
The camera panned to Tom Hanks, who looked like he just swallowed a lemon. The room was thick with silence before an eruption of nervous laughter. Some celebrities clapped hesitantly, while others exchanged uncomfortable glances. Leonardo DiCaprio chuckled into his drink, while Meryl Streep stared straight ahead, expression unreadable. Meanwhile, Apple CEO Tim Cook looked as if he wanted to sink into his chair after Gervais called out Apple for running sweatshops in China, while Hollywood actors praised the company for its progressive values. And Gervais wasn't done. He took another sip of beer and grinned. "Most of you spend less time in school than Greta Thunberg." The audience groaned, some gasped, but Ricky, he just smirked. That night, Hollywood learned that no one, not even the most powerful celebrities, was safe from Gervais' razor-sharp tongue. If you thought Ricky Gervais made Hollywood uncomfortable, Will Smith took it to a whole new level. The 2022 Oscars were supposed to be another predictable night of celebrities patting themselves on the back, until it wasn't. Chris Rock, ever the comedian, made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head, referencing G.I. Jane. Will Smith at first laughed along with the audience, but then something changed. Jada rolled her eyes, and suddenly Big Willie was on his feet, marching toward Rock with the intensity of a Men in Black agent on a mission. Then, smack! The sound echoed through the Dolby Theater as Smith delivered the most shocking unscripted moment in Oscars history. Chris Rock, to his credit, stayed on his feet, blinking in disbelief. The audience, stunned. Twitter, melting down. The Academy, scrambling. And Will Smith, well, he won an Oscar for King Richard about 20 minutes later, giving a teary-eyed speech about love and protecting his family. The fallout was massive. Smith got banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Memes flooded the internet, and Chris Rock months later turned it all into comedy gold in his Netflix special. Hollywood has seen scandals, but nothing quite like that. Tom Cruise didn't just jump on Oprah's couch, he practically set the Today Show studio on fire in 2005 when he clashed with Matt Lauer over psychiatry. Cruise, a passionate advocate for Scientology, dismissed psychiatric medication as gobbledygook. When Matt questioned his stance, Tom doubled down, accusing Lauer of being glib and demanding he read scientific research. The tension was palpable as Cruise leaned forward, eyes locked on Lauer, delivering a passionate lecture on the dangers of antidepressants and the history of psychiatry. Lauer, clearly taken aback, tried to steer the conversation back to a balanced discussion, but Cruise wasn't having it.
Now you're talking about two different things. That's not what I'm saying.
To be fair, the last thing Matt Lauer expected that morning was a pop quiz on brain chemistry. What started as a routine interview about Cruise's latest movie turned into a full-blown ideological debate, leaving audiences equal parts shocked, entertained, and maybe even a little confused. And just like that, Tom Cruise secured his place in the pantheon of unforgettable morning show moments. Next up, we have Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. Rock bands aren't just about music, they're about ego, and sometimes those egos clash like cymbals in a hurricane. Kiss bandmates Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley had an uncomfortable moment mid-interview when Simmons felt disrespected. Gene didn't appreciate Paul making light of his words and went full rock god mode.
Any idiot can get a woman when they're on tour, but this is a lot more important.
Then we have Lindsay Lohan, who went on The Late Show to promote a movie, but what she got instead was an unexpected intervention. David Letterman, known for his sharp humor, blindsided her with questions about rehab, leaving her visibly shaken. Despite her attempts to redirect, Letterman kept digging, causing one of the most painfully awkward moments in talk show history. Up next, we have Paris Hilton and David Letterman, a late-night showdown that went from awkward to downright painful. Paris Hilton appeared on The Late Show expecting to chat about her business ventures, fashion empire, and maybe even her latest fragrance. But David Letterman had other plans. He had one topic on his mind, her infamous stint behind bars. From the moment she sat down, Letterman went straight for the jugular, peppering her with questions about her time in jail. Paris, visibly uncomfortable, tried to steer the conversation elsewhere, offering short, clipped answers. Instead of taking the hint, he doubled down, pressing her on what jail food was like, how she passed the time, and whether she'd rather just forget the whole experience. The studio audience roared with laughter, but Paris wasn't amused. Her signature cool demeanor cracked as she squirmed in her seat, looking more and more like she wanted to disappear. Then we have teen pop sensation Justin Bieber, who was put in an impossible situation when actress Leia Remini asked him a highly inappropriate would you rather question on live TV.
Answer Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
Okay, imagine.
Bieber, visibly uncomfortable, kept dodging, but Remini wouldn't let up. It was the kind of moment that made audiences collectively cringe. Legendary actor Burt Reynolds didn't take kindly to a joke about his divorce. In a bizarre turn of events, he threw water on the interviewer Mark Summers. Summers, refusing to back down, threw water right back, leading to one of the most unexpected live TV food fights ever. In what might be the most legendary interview meltdown of all time, Kanye West completely lost it on radio host Sway Calloway. What started as a discussion about business ventures turned into a full-blown rant.
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Celebrity interactions can go from professional to chaotic in seconds. Whether it's egos clashing, overstepping boundaries, or just pure unpredictability, these moments remind us why celebrities are so entertaining. So, which meltdown was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below.